crank that volume, turn it way up. Get your weapon, get your blade up. Damage, then you gon' pay up. Yo, crank that volume, turn it way up. Get your weapon, get your blade up. Damage, then you gon' pay up.
Yo, crank that volume, turn it way up. Get your weapon, get your...
Oh, shit.
He dedicates 8 hours a day role-playing as a toddler.
I'm in baby mode on and off all day.
And just his daddy is caring for her.
I'm 20, but not really, because I'm 5.
Adopted mommy and daddy who are totally comfortable with me being a little girl.
I identify as an 8-year-old girl called Denise. Therefore, I am an 8-year-old girl.
Andreas is totally comfortable with the fact that I am an 8-year-old girl. Just to be clear, folks. Right? We've worked it out and everything. We discussed it and everything and whatnot.
No, I'm not comfortable with it. Folks, this is ridiculous. We were starting strong with the ceramic clip, and then you just throw that.
Oh, I fucked up. So because I played you liked the intro, and then like I dropped the stupid thing, and that fucked it up.
Yeah, how dare you? That ceramic clip is so funny, and then you had to drop that baby clip.
Oh, you like the first clip? Oh, with the Spider-Man guy and all that. I played that for you.
Yes, I mean, come on, people love the tard gun.
I like that intro music. I gotta check out that actual rap song and hear the whole thing. It sounds pretty dope. That beat is really dope with that. It's pretty dope, man, isn't it?
Well, anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to
everybody.
Monday Report. Yeah,
Bleeding Edge Report, baby, in the house. What's up? That's right. Get after it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have merch eventually. We can have our honestly, Andres, when I do merch, I don't see why for the Bleeding Edge, I don't see why I can't do at least like one shirt and like a hat or something for the Bleeding Edge Report. So, right? I don't know who would buy it, but like, you know what I'm saying? I would do it just for fun. And then we can wear the shit too. We can wear it for the shows, so that'd be dope. Right? Good advertising.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, it's for our fans, the reviewers, so they can get the merch. That's, you know.
Well, just to be clear, folks, when you buy a hat off eBay, right, that's used, everything, right, and you don't really, and like, you know, and it's cheap, and no, it's brand new, I'm sorry, brand new, but you don't pay attention, and you don't realize that you're buying a hat that's not even like, because you don't understand hat sizes, that's too small, you end up with this dope-ass X-Men hat like this, that literally, even when I go all the way to the one ring, right, will not fit my head to the point where like I gotta cram it on. You know what I mean? So like there you go. And look at the long the tag is, bro. You see that shit? It's like White Vision's penis.
No.
But like coming out of the hat.
Oh my god, don't. Where's the scissors? You can easily cut that.
Look at that shit. Isn't that crazy, bro? Did you ever see the tag come out of a hat like that before?
No. This is like the first time seeing this.
That's what I thought. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's from Disney. It's a Disney hat.
Oh, really? Okay. That's so bizarre.
Yes, folks. So, Andreas, do you want to spread the news as to why I'm rocking all this X-Men 1990s comic book X-Men gear?
Well, I think the folks, we discussed this briefly in this show and some other places, and in my channel yesterday, if you saw our live stream of Lost in Translation about X-Men, the animated series, because next year there's going to be a new show, X-Men 97, folks. And me and Jeff decided we want to do a pretty much rewatch of the X-Men animated
series. A preview.
series.
Yeah, rewatch / preview to kind of like, you know, either blend into the new X-Men 97 when it comes out, or like, you know, hopefully maybe we'll be able to finish it before it comes out, right? I'm hearing that it might come out in spring.
Yeah.
Next year. So like,
sorry to interrupt. Okay, it was this morning I saw something. Apparently, X-Men 97 got renewed before it got debuted. So
for another season already?
Yep.
Oh, yep. And you know what? That's good for Andreas. I'm sure you thought in your head to yourself. You probably thought multiple things, right? You were like, "That's really cool to begin with," but then you thought to yourself, "Wait a minute, that means we'll have another new season to cover on the Bleeding Edge, right?" You know what I mean? Whatnot? Like we'll get to do the new season, which is a continuance of the show, folks. Just to be clear,
Yes.
It's not going to look the same because obviously animation has really changed a lot since 1991 and 1993 and all that whatnot. It's not going to look exactly the same, but similar, just better, I think. But they're gonna. But I watched a YouTube video on it earlier. They're using as a baseline. They're using the animated images from the shows, the early those models of those sketches or whatnot, however that works. You know what I mean, Andreas, of those characters. That's the basis they're working. They use to work off of X-Men '97. Then they just kind of like touched them up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Digitally. So they'll look the same, essentially.
Yeah.
They'll wear the same clothes, like everything and whatnot. That's what I mean. Their hairs will be the same, whatnot, right? Like all that'll be the same. They'll just look better.
Yeah. Yeah, because this for people that had to understand the X-Men animated series was based on the Claremont and Jim Lee style of the X-Men. You know, so this keep your expectation like low on
if you were going to correlate it to the comics, I believe it's heavily linked to a lot of the storylines that went on. I mean, they long story short, because we can't, we've got other stuff to cover tonight, folks. We got a WandaVision episode 7 review to do. We've got other we got trailers to react to. But either way, when it boils down to it, I'm like, forget. Oh, yeah, with the X-Men show, it really does reflect to when I was really a big X-Men fan, which was reading the comics in the early '90s to mid '90s. That's really where the X-Men, the animated series is very connected to like the real life time period of the comics to some extent. It is heavily, like, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like when they introduced Cable into the animated series.
Yeah,
which I never even watched those episodes as a kid, but I've heard about them and seen them now. Like that, right? If you look at the comics, Cable had been introduced in the 80s, but they didn't start featuring him and whatnot and everything and actually really using him and making him a big part of any of the X-Men storylines until in the 90s when they split the teams up into the gold and the blue team, right?
Yeah.
And you had the Uncanny X-Men and you had the X-Men. And that was your split. That was your gold team and your blue team. I think the blue team was the one that was the X-Men solo titled comic, and then the gold team or the yellow team or whatever was the Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah, because just remember the Uncanny X-Men was their revamp in 1975 from was it Lee Wayne, the late great Lee Wayne, and Chris Claremont, and then the blue one were pretty much the Jack Kirby and Stan Lee.
Can you remember who was on each roster? I mean, I'll have to pull them up, but like to be accurate, but who was on the gold and blue teams?
The gold one
characters?
The gold one was Wolverine, Storm, and Psylocke, I think, and then Gambit was in it. Like the Uncanny was that Rogue, and then the blue team was definitely Cyclops, Jean, Iceman, Beast, and
Rogue
Angel.
was on it. Rogue was on blue team.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Because I knew
Gambit was on blue team too.
Of course, because the Rogue.
Because of Rogue, yeah. Bishop was on gold team.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Forge was too. Remember Forge?
Yeah. Oh, I think Forge wasn't a comic character. He was made. I think.
Oh no, he was a very much comic book character. He's bigger in the comics than he is in the animated series.
Yeah. Well, speaking like, okay, who else is in the other team?
He just isn't like a full blown X-Men. He's more of like the Punisher's microchip guy. He's more of like a background guy that creates tech and shit and whatnot, and fixes their equipment, and fixes the jet.
Yeah.
He has mutant powers. He does. It's just that they're not very offensive in use, if I remember correctly. But I think you're correct though. I think the gold team was Wolverine, Storm, of course, Jean Grey. She had to bet in the blue team because it was Cyclops, right?
Yeah. And
right?
Beast
was on blue team. He was on blue team too. Cyclops was on blue team. I remember. I think Jubilee was on blue team. Who the fuck else was on the gold team?
Hold on, let me check.
Colossus was on the gold team.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think Colossus. Yeah, because Colossus was part of the Uncanny X-Men. so he has to be in the gold. And then
Well, several of the all the X-Men came from the Uncanny X-Men, essentially, right? It's just when they split off into the solo X-Men title.
No, some of them were not part of that. Like Beast, Iceman, Angel, Jean, and Cyclops were not Uncanny. They were like the first class.
Cyclops came through Uncanny, so did Bishop.
Yeah.
So did Cable.
Bishop and Cable. Well, I don't want to spoil who's Cable.
It's just the truth. They all of them. Jubilee came out of Uncanny X-Men. They didn't create her for the X-Men, the solo title one. All the characters from the Gold and the Wolverine came from Uncanny. Storm came from Uncanny. Forge came from Uncanny. They all did. They were all introduced in Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah. Okay. I just pulled out the Blue Team.
Yeah, when they came up with the X-Men comic, that was the self-titled X-Men comic that came off of Uncanny X-Men. That was literally for them splitting off the teams into the blue and gold team with the characters that were already in the Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
Because that was back during the comic book boom. Remember when there was like 5 different Spider-Man titles, right? Like that you could choose from, right? You know what I mean? There was 3 X-Men, 2 Ghost Rider, 4 Punisher, right?
Yeah. Okay. I got this here. Let me.
You got it up? Who was on the gold team? I want to know. I'm actually kind of like it's driving me crazy.
Okay, this is funny. So, I actually got all of them right. And you're right, Bishop was in the gold team.
Oh, I forgot about Archangel. I forgot all about Archangel, Angel. I forgot all about him. There you go. See, that's why I forgot about him, right?
Yeah. So this is weird. So Blue Team.
So Jean Grey was on the gold team.
Yeah.
With Wolverine. Oh, you know what? Probably on purpose, just to oh no, Wolverine was on the blue team.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, look at this. Blue Team was Wolverine.
Oh, I knew that. I knew she's on. I'm in my head. I can picture the first cover of that X-Men 1, and I remember Wolverine being on it.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit sorry. So many mutants.
They did it on purpose, I bet, probably to create tension between the love triangle. With Cyclops and Wolverine and Jean Grey.
Yeah, of course. What's your plan on that? Because
we're gonna be we'll talk about that when we review the animated series, because that's a heavy part of the series.
Yeah,
I love how Wolverine, whenever Wolverine goes in to attack anybody during the fucking any of the episodes, right, when he gets all crazy, he goes to attack a villain or whatever. He always does the same shit. He's always like, "I'm coming, Jean. This is for Jean," or whatever, right? Or he says this is for you, Murph, right? It's for, I'm coming, Murph, or whatever, right? I'm coming, Murph. This is for you, Murph. Morph. Dude, Morph was dead years ago, bro. Why are you still yelling for Morph? And why are you yelling Jean's name and shit before you go attack dudes? What is that doing? Are you trying to impress her? What the fuck is that about?
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Who came up with that?
It's classic 90s.
It's stupid as shit.
Hey, that's the show.
The whole Morph thing was cool for a couple times he said it, but then when it was years later and whatnot, and Morph was still so we thought he was still dead. You know what I'm saying? For him still to be going into battle and shit and being this one's for you, Morph, and all this shit.
Yeah. So
Morph wasn't worth it like that. He was not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because he's a shapeshifter, and we're gonna get Mystique as another shapeshifter.
Wolverine and Morph weren't even that tight.
Yeah. It's very funny.
I guess Wolverine's feelings for Morph were inside.
I mean, he's the young kid. I'm. Yeah, it's very true.
I'm just trying to make you laugh, dude.
Well, the thing. Now you made me think of it, because I saw the first 3 seasons. Actually, I need to tell the folks that I actually am ahead of Jeff, where I actually binge watched the anime series almost last year.
I think I'm in season 3.
Okay, yeah, that's the.
I took a break. I took a break for a couple months.
Yeah, me too, and because a lot of people have to understand that 3rd season is about the Dark Phoenix saga. So and And
Yeah, then I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't even watched season 3 yet because I haven't even gotten any into any of the Dark Phoenix stuff.
okay, I'm up to I think I finished the first part of the Phoenix because there's a second part of the Dark Phoenix.
Now that we're reviewing it, I'm not watching it anymore. I'm saving it for the reviews.
All right, I will definitely want to continue up. Like it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, that's fine. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's Andre's. You know how it goes. Everybody has a different creative process.
Yeah, but yeah,
If you're enjoying the show, then you should watch it.
Yeah, but yeah,
or if you prefer to watch, I know you like to multiple watch episodes before you review them and whatnot. Anyway, right? So.
Yeah. Well, it depends if the show I like. I mean, sometimes I'll watch it one time, and I'll definitely watch it if I like it the most. So, but yeah, great show.
Then why'd you watch Secret Invasion more than once, a couple times? What the hell was going on with that? Was that during the part where the first couple episodes where they were halfway decent and we thought it was going to be a good series?
I didn't rewatch the Secret Invasion.
No,
like, twice. No. It was only Loki. I did it.
I'm never gonna watch Secret Invasion again.
No, come on. No one's gonna watch Secret Invasion.
Why would you? Why would you even bother?
Anyway,
what are they gonna do with Gaia? We never even talked about that in the finale. Like we were so shocked by how bad it was. We never even talked about like, okay, so Gaia is the most fucking powerful like character in the MCU now. What are they gonna do with her?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Marvel completely like wrote themselves in the corner with that character. So.
Oh, dude! Even Den of Geek made a video today, saying like fuck this MCU shit. Like this, like bring the men back. We need men back in the MCU. Like this is ridiculous. Like it's about time that we like. He was like, I'm sorry, but I gotta say something about this. Like this all women shit and whatnot. It's gotta stop. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like it's clearly not working. Like where are our good male characters again?
I'm not gonna speak to that. I mean, some of it is true, some is not. But it's not really that's the reason.
There's got to be a balance.
Yeah, it's just the balance is off with these projects.
Way off.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like Secret Invasion, like the Marvels, like great film, but
the dudes are being outnumbered by women in every fucking project.
I mean,
aren't they? Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at She-Hulk.
No,
man.
I mean, no. She-Hulk, I'm fine with female shows if you want to focus on female characters. That's fine. But if you're gonna I mean, there's just always a situation when you have characters like She-Hulk is just very different because like you're connected to the Hulk, but the thing is, Hulk is not always there in the comics as with her, so it's not like
they're not bonded to the hip.
Exactly. So it's like
even when they were on the Avengers, really, when she was mainly an Avenger, she was a West Coast Avenger and Hulk was an East Coast Avenger.
Yes.
Remember? Yeah. So like they weren't even on the same Avengers team.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, usually Hulk is not always like temporary in the team.
The only time from that I remember, other than like the basic crossover events that they would do in the comics that they always do with all characters, especially because they are cousins and they are both Hulks, right? Other than that stuff, the only time when you really I can think about it in the past, other than a couple of smaller like large crossover events, was Secret Wars was when you saw Hulk and the She-Hulk together.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were prominently together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fighting on the same side together and all that shit. But not even, though, because in Secret Wars, of course, she was remember, she was on a different team. She was on Doom's team. Remember?
Yeah. Doom's team. What?
Wasn't she on Doom's squad? Remember how, like, the different characters went into the different, like, parts of Battleworld?
Just to be clarified, like I haven't read the original Secret Wars, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay, all right.
I just know, like, from the Spider-Man show, there was always like a villain team of the other villains, and then you got the heroes team. That's like how I remember the original.
It's kind of like that, yeah. It's kind of like that, except some of the heroes were separated from each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like some of the heroes were like went in their own direction than other heroes, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Don't spoil. I haven't seen I definitely want to read the original.
And Doom managed to sort of like brainwash some of the heroes too, and bring them over to his side.
Oh, okay, that explains. I was like, no way that She-Hulk will team up with Darkbeam, but
So
that makes sense.
It could have been She-Hulk. It could have been a couple other. It could have been somebody else, another female character. But he did manage to brainwash a couple people. Like that's how what's her name from the She-Hulk series that never really to Titania. Titania was not really a villain necessarily. She was like sort of an anti-hero, like a quasi-villain, right?
Okay.
And then Doom, like was the one that like. I believe was the one that actually boosted her powers and whatnot and gave her she wanted to be like she wanted like a higher power level. So because of that, she fucked with Doom.
Huh.
And Doom gave that for her, that to her. So she became aligned with Doom at that point.
At that point. Okay.
And that made her a villain at that point. Up until that point, she was not really a villain. She was kind of like 50-50.
50-50. Okay. All right. That's interesting. I definitely want to check out the original Secret Wars. I'm not familiar with it. I just know more of the other Secret Wars. That's by Jonathan Hickman.
The newer one. Yeah.
Yeah, the newer one. And, and people know that that's the one that Marvel Studios is somewhat focusing on.
Of course, it probably makes more sense. It's the newer version, so it would only make sense to go with the newer version than the older version. Your characters and whatnot are going to be more available. Probably to you, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna have with the older one.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, this is something I want to bring up before we get into our talk.
I'm gonna pull up a trailer, but go ahead. Say what you're gonna say. Yeah. And we'll do our first trailer.
Yeah, first trailer. Yeah. A lot of people have to remember this, that the original Secret Wars was more a battle game, like tournament, like more combat, where the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars was the multiverse, like.
Yes, you're right. It was very much like combat, combat of the champions, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus fighting for for saving the multiverse.
Yeah. So that's something I want people to understand. That's what Marvel Studios is doing. So all right, let's do this. Are you excited? Yeah, I'm ready. Come on,
folks. We've got Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire trailer.
Yeah.
So here, let me go ahead and do the cancellation off the whole time. Fuck. Hope we haven't sounded like shit, folks. Sorry, my bad.
No, I think we're fine.
Hopefully we weren't that bad. All right, let's do this shit. I'm gonna. This is the other thing I'm gonna work on too before the end of the year. I'm gonna make us a new template for when it's just the two of us. See if I can do something else with the video to make it bigger. But this may be the best that we can do. I'm not sure.
Back there, sir. You've ever seen every Godzilla movie? There's always a baby Godzilla. So I think this is gonna be great.
I never saw one of the Godzilla movies where there's a baby Godzilla in it. I never saw one of those ones. I only saw the ones where Godzilla fights Mothma and shit like that.
Mothra, sir.
Mothra, yes. Oh, you actually, hey, for once you fixed me. You fixed my pronunciation. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. Good job, sir.
Yes. So, yeah. Oh, God. I'm very excited. Well, people, so I want to get...
It's just a trailer, Andreas. Come on now. Haven't you learned enough now from, your time with the bleeding edge to know that, these trailers can be a little bit deceptive sometimes? Remember Ant-Man 3?
Oh... Yeah.
Come on, man. You were just the same way. We were the same way about Ant-Man 3. We were like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, no. I was going to say something else. Yeah, so everyone needs to understand, when I was growing up, my dad loved Godzilla. So we saw every, different version of the Godzilla film. So I know a little bit of the Godzilla, lore a little bit. And so... and I'm a Kong fan too. The baby Kong things, it's nothing new. Like if you've seen the older films, it's there. The son of Kong. It's very intriguing. But the thing that's interesting, I just want to point out, before we meet the kid, it was growing tall. I think this is actually the villain, having powers and maybe shrinking down into.
Why doesn't Kong have a penis? He's an ape and shit and whatnot, and everything, right? Apes have penises and shit. So, why does he not have a penis? I'm just wondering.
Well, sir, I'm very happy you actually giving a good question. And
did it fall off one day? You couldn't find it? I mean,
No, sir. No. The realistic answer is that it's very inappropriate to show it to the audience of your, movie making.
Like he was having a rough day that day or whatnot. Just didn't
No.
have the time to look for it or whatever.
If you really want to see that, that's rated R. Like it'll easily make the movie rated R if you show that, But this is a family action drama film. You cannot show that. So,
It'd be too large.
oh my god, I think we should end. We should end this conversation.
It would scare the ladies, sir.
Yeah, of course. It's gonna scare the ladies. Come on.
Except for the really freaky ones that would be like, oh my god, look at that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeff S. TrueKnowledge. I just answering the important questions about bodily.
Hey, that trailer is a 10 out of 10. It's a trailer. Seriously, it's got everything. It's got good music, right? Like it's got really good from scene to scene, shots. Everything comes together real well. I don't want to say that it. I want to say that it kind of. You'd know better than I would because I didn't watch the last the Kong got the first one.
Yeah,
I saw the first one, but not the second one. Right? This is the third one. I saw the first one. Right? This is the third one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this connects to the Aaron Taylor Johnson film.
Yeah. So let me recap it. There's three. Godzilla. The first Godzilla is the 2014 with Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's Jeff saying. The second was Kong Skull Island. That's the new Kong that we have here. That has actually Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman. Great film. That's my favorite of the MonsterVerse. And then the third one was the sequel to 2014, Godzilla King of the Monsters. But that started with Millie Bobby Brown, the Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. I like her.
Yeah. Great actress. Love Stranger Things.
I never got past season 1.
Oh, really? Oh.
Season 1 was great, man.
Oh, I mean, come on. Season 1's great. I liked season 1 and 2. The first 2 seasons are good. Season 3 was okay. But I haven't seen season 4. I need to.
I never expected. No, I don't want to go off track. I do want to stay on track with the trailer, but I never expected the show to even go as far as it's gone. Back when it first came out, it wasn't supposed to ever be a 4-season show or anything like that and whatnot. That wasn't the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that's why I really wasn't that heavily invested to watch the second season. Just that, and how I am with TV, right? And watching TV and whatnot, movies back then, especially. The only reason why I just binged it. I caught the first episode, I heard about how good it was, and I binged it right from there. That's why I watched it. Why I watched the whole first season, because I binged it. In 2 days, I watched the whole thing. Same thing with The Mandalorian. That's the only reason I watched The Mandalorian first 2 seasons, because I binged them.
Okay. Yeah. I sort of did that with Stranger Things when season 2 was coming out.
Yeah, if you catch my eye, I'll binge the shit.
Yeah, exactly. Getting back to the recap. Then the next one was Godzilla versus Kong, which this is a sequel of. So
this is the 5th film then.
Yeah, exactly. So this is 5.
Okay, so what I was going to say is, and you can tell me if you agree or not, the trailer does a good job, I believe, of conveying basically the gist of what the film's about to some extent, right? The kind of basic prime directive of it or whatever, right? It's right there, right? Yeah. Kind of, right? There's some kind of threat, right? Obviously we don't know exactly what it is. We have ideas through the trailer, but obviously Kong and Godzilla have got to come together again, right? They've already come together before, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah, so this.
Why do they work together at all? Why do they even can they tell that when shit's fucked up, it's bad enough that they need to work together?
Yes, yeah, because in the first film, there were Godzilla was attacking this company that was introduced in his second film, and the reason was they were creating Mega Godzilla. This is
the mechanical one.
Yeah, so that was the reason that he was
pissed off because they gave that one a penis.
No, he's not gonna allow a copy of himself to be the ruler of monsters. He's the king of the monsters, sir. Not because of whatever you say. It's not body horror, but I don't think that's not what it's about. So anyway,
Godzilla's fuck that shit. It's not fair.
Also, wait, why you say that? Because he's a robot. It's a mega Godzilla. It's a robot. It doesn't need body functions like these creatures do have. Like, what did you say that? That doesn't make sense at all. This is a robot. A robot. Like if you like you're thinking the level of Transformers, Michael
A
Bay.
lot of things I say don't make sense, bro. You haven't noticed that?
Yeah, and that's the fun part. just rip your.
Anyways, what were you saying now? Explain to me how this works. This whole like them working together bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the bro kind of respect thing. You know, after Khan helped out Godzilla to beat up Mega Godzilla towards the end of the first film, they see each other and they're like, okay, I respect you. You know, you're one of my people. And so like here, I think they are able to communicate in the way of like, okay, you helped me out this time, like you can like help me defeat this other creature.
Oh yeah, I got you. I need you to have my back now too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever, right? Like this is a threat too. Like you know what I mean? Whatever. Oh, but it's actually kind of personal. Like you think that they actually probably want to like Godzilla's gonna want to return the favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you won't forget that like Kong helped him.
Exactly. And plus, here's the thing that's interesting about with this version of Godzilla is that he gets the sense of danger. So he will sense the danger of this new like ape creature that we saw in this trailer.
Oh, because he's so used to being the apex predator and whatnot of the world and all that shit and whatnot. He's not used to having anybody actually capable of like causing him to have fear.
Yeah, that's what happened with the King of the Monsters when the Monster Zero, the three-headed creatures, in his Japanese franchise, came over to the second installment of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the 2019 film. He, those wanted to be the King of the Monster, and they were able to beat Godzilla, but thankfully the humans like recharged him with a nuclear bomb of all things, because remember folks, Godzilla was created by a nuclear weapon back in the 50s, and so and after that he was fully charged. He beat the three-headed creatures, and he was still the King of the Monsters. So yeah, you cannot beat him. So yeah, hello, Booze and True. How you doing? Yes, this is not a spoiler.
Oh, you want to see the King of the Monsters, bro? You should see. I'll show you a picture of this one chick I banged one time when I was really drunk one night a couple of years ago. She's got to be up there in like the top 3 of the King of the Monsters. You feel me, Raven? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like boozing and chilling with some can lead you to like hanging out with some some King of the Monster like looking bitches. Some nights, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you haven't gotten laid in a long time, get horny and shit, right? Come on now. Gotta do what you gotta do. Especially if you actually have a penis. Unlike Kong or Godzilla.
Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. Let me address the Godzilla thing. See,
My Vision probably still doesn't have one either. He probably took the one I gave him and threw it away when he saw like what condition it was in.
No. Folks, lizards don't have body functions. Let me tell you.
Can you imagine if my Vision came back to me and complaining and he was like, I'm giving back I want my money back on this penis. True knowledge, like this ain't gonna fly.
No, my god, this has gone too far. Anyway, first off, Godzilla doesn't have body. Like, first off, you have to remember Godzilla is a lizard, so he doesn't have.
Isn't he actually an amphibian technically?
Sort of,
because he can breathe underwater, can he?
Yes, he's the type of creature. I'm forgetting the type.
But he's not a lizard. Then he's an amphibian.
Yeah, I think you're right, Beth. I don't know. I mean, look, he's
but you're right. Amphibians don't have penises either.
Yeah, so I mean, at least that is explained. But Khan, I mean, you can take that. I agree with you. Look, my dad answered these kind of questions before. I'm like,
maybe Kong saw Shield episode 7 and like it just the same shit. It was like my shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like you know what I'm talking about with Kong. Like maybe it was like this.
Oh my god! No, I think he saw the remake of his film from 1976, which was awful. So I think that's what the reason.
A lot of Japanese films that I've like tried to watch their trailers and whatnot, and everything, like when they did the Naruto live action, I couldn't even get through the one of the trailers. Bad, it was so bad.
Yeah, wasn't
Netflix gonna do a live action Cowboy Bebop show?
That's already done. They already did that.
Was it horrible? I saw the trailer. It did not look good.
I haven't seen that. I just heard from my friends it was okay. It wasn't that bad. Like,
that means it was bad.
Yeah, it was like bad. Like it was not bad, but it was bad.
I know you long enough now to know that like your friends would be the type of people that would say that it's okay even if it's bad.
No, they had negative things about it. It's just like
I'm just messing with you. I don't know your friends.
Exactly. You don't know my people, my Time Lord people, sir.
You probably don't want to know the kind of people that I would call my people. I don't have any people over here, but the people I end up associating with and whatnot, everything when I go out, you probably don't want to meet them.
Oh my god. Anyway, well, actually, it's funny.
I seem to attract all the craziest fucking like out there, motherfucking people out there for some reason.
Hey, it's the world. Actually, the one good anime movie show that I heard was One Piece. That I heard that was
it's just
good.
but it's fucking dude. Aren't there like 5,000 episodes of it or some shit like that? Why even bother watching something like that? If you haven't started it, I started watching it at one point and I was like, wait a minute, this show is at 20 something. I'm done. I'm not even gonna watch this shit. Fuck this.
I know. It's
plus the original seasons are bad. Like they're not good.
I'm not gonna speak to that.
For me as an anime fan, I know that we all have our own opinions, especially in the anime. It's not like the MCU. It's a lot more acute, right? Which animes we like and which ones we don't. Like us anime fans, like, you know, it's there's more of a divide there, right? Like, you know, like a lot of us like for instance with me, if you like Sword Art Online a lot, right? You're gonna meet another anime fan on the street or whatever if it hypothetically who probably loves anime too, but thinks Sword Art Online is like the worst anime that ever occurred. All of it, like every piece of it, all of it is bad, right? Like, yeah, we don't get shitty about it or whatever. The fan, you know, as anime fans, at least I've never experienced that before. Although there are some pretty hardcore anime fans that are pretty like protective and loyal of the characters and whatnot and all that. I have noticed that.
But not in a bad way, like the American.
No, it's not like politics or something, or whatever, whatnot. But no, I'm just saying that's kind of how it is with anime. Like I've noticed is that since I've become an anime fan, because I only became an anime fan probably like it was a combination of my daughter getting into it when she was younger, and then my ex-girlfriend that pushed me to actually sit down and watch Sword Art Online and then watch Naruto, the kid Naruto and Naruto Shippuden and whatnot. But I've noticed as I met people that like anime through content creation, right, where most of my friends are that aren't from like back home, that we're all very widespread in what our favorite shows are. It's very common that like our top 3 lists or whatever of our animes that we like, there aren't anything in there that's the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I've noticed that a lot of times there isn't anything in there that we even like that is in our top 3. It's actually all different.
Yeah, there's a lot of anime, and it's like you could get into anything you want. For me, it's funny. I did get into anime when I went to camp, and they were watching. I don't know, you know this anime called Attack on Titan. That was like my first like more serious watch of like the
Attack on Titan first got me into anime, but I never started. But it was through the manga.
Okay.
It was through those YouTube videos with those YouTubers that would take the manga, right, and then narrate it, right?
Okay. Yeah, I see
before the show came out. Before the anime came out, they would just take the manga, and then they would actually, you know, however you do it, like that one comic book, like that one comic book guy YouTuber that's real big that does with the comics, where you make it to where it goes in the video form almost, digital form, the pages. Yeah. And then you narrate over it. Yeah, that's how they would do it. That's what got me into Attack on Titan. And then when the show came out, of course, I watched it. But I only watched a couple episodes of season 3, and I stopped because I was like, when I went over to the part where they were in Marley,
Yeah,
It got boring.
Yeah, the thing that I hate about like shows is
Were you really into Attack on Titan? I don't mean to cut you off, but
no. I tried to get into it, but the problem was, the gaps, like the
the
gaps.
first two seasons are good.
Yeah, I was it. They're good seasons. It was just like the gaps between the seasons were too long. So,
Oh yeah, like just look at Sword Art Online. What I told you before, I used to have a poster up behind me. It's not there anymore. The third season is great. Alicization, you've heard of it. Of Sword Art Online, it was great. I'm sure you even heard that it was good too. Probably didn't you?
yeah.
It was good. It was. I checked a couple articles out, whatnot, that year of some of the big anime websites and whatnot. It was one of the shows that was ranked in the top 5 or top 10 animes of that year, 2021 or whatever. They said they were going to do a 4th season, but then COVID hit, right?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying, right? And then like the strikes hit and all this shit, whatnot. So now I'm wondering, like you said, with the gaps, dude, it took them the first season of Sword Art Online came out in like 2012, right? Like it took them like years to do the Gun Gale season, and then it took them like 7 years or 6 years to do the 3rd season. So who the fuck even knows when they'll do the 4th season?
Yeah, I know. That's why they make some of these episodes, because they don't know when they're gonna renew or whatnot.
I can see how that would throw you off.
Yeah, it's just it's that episode, like the episode count. We didn't discuss about that. Like you brought up, what was it? The Naruto, like that has like a huge episode count. Like I don't know, 65 or whatever.
Oh, Naruto, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, that's it. You know how Andres knows that I have a hard time sometimes getting into shows and stuff and whatnot. And I don't watch many movies on my own for fun, unless I'm like doing it for reviews or whatever, whatnot. Right? Just recently have I started actually going to the movies for fun once in a while. I don't really do it with my kids or like out on a date or whatever, whatnot. Besides that, I don't really watch movies. But bottom line, that just shows you how good I thought Naruto was and like how into it I was. I slammed right through like the Kid Naruto, which is like 6 seasons of that, and then Shippuden, I slammed right through that too. And I'm sure you've heard Shippuden has those fucking like not filler episodes, filler like spots in the show in the seasons where it's like strings of filler episodes, like filler episode after filler episode after filler episode type shit, where you almost get lost. Like you're like, what is even going on right now?
Yeah.
Right? Like they go into a flashback and just stay in it for like 5 episodes or whatever, whatnot. It's like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah, I know.
Like, where are we even at this point? Like, what happened to the other reality?
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember this. Like, yeah, like Attack.
That's what happens with Shippuden. It gets like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Attack on Titan did that. Like in the first season, I think it was
not as bad. I'm telling you right now, this stuff that I'm talking about with Naruto Shippuden is fucking like maddening, bro. At least with Attack on Titan, you know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, that's true. The one I was gonna bring up was, the girl that has the scarf. I forgot her name. She's a great character. Like we got one episode.
With the scar.
Scarf.
Mikasa.
Yeah, Mikasa.
Mikasa. Everybody, she's one of a lot of people's favorite characters from Attack on Titan is Mikasa.
Oh, of course. Come on, she is badass. And,
especially the girls. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Annie. I always liked Annie. Who's the Titan? The one that she turned out to be a Titan. Remember?
Oh yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, like the episode where we get her backstory of her family getting killed by this crazy.
Oh, she's awesome. She's really good at combat. I forgot how good she is in combat. Like, she's really good at those zip lines and shit, whatnot they use. All that shit, whatever you call that gear. I haven't watched it, so I forgot the name of it. What is that shit called?
I don't know. I'm forgetting it now.
That shit's really cool, dude. You got to give that guy props for coming up with the concept of that shit. How they swing around like that off the Titans and shit, whatnot, off trees and shit. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like they're all Spider-Man or some shit.
Oh my god, yes, that is very true. Yep.
Yo, did you see? Remember when Erwin led that charge and shit, whatnot, that suicide charge in season 2? Yo, yep. Erwin, like, well, that shit with Erwin fucked me up, bro. I loved Erwin.
Oh, Erwin.
He was the man, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the man.
Yeah, definitely the man.
The survey course, Mitch, what's up? So what's up, sir? You want to do our other trailer, and then we'll get into WandaVision?
Yes, let's do the second trailer, folks. We're gonna do the Blade trailer, which was announced by the Game Awards that happened this week.
We can connect it right over and talk about the Blade film. It'll be fun.
Yes,
Which we're still not going to get for another 2 full years, but either way.
Yes, I know. Anyway, let's get this trailer. I think people will be excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's a cool little trailer. It's very short, so
yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, 2 years from the movie. Yeah, it's coming out. So just to recap, folks, Blade, the movie for Mahershala Ali is going to be in Phase 6. With Fantastic Four, I think the Thunderbolts are in Phase 6 now, and the Avengers films, Secret Wars and Kane Dynasty maybe. It's going to be released November 7th, 2026. So that's going to be our release date for that film.
Wow.
So,
for Blade?
Yeah, November 7th, 2026.
Holy shit, that's 3 years from now.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be like...
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, I mean, that's Marvel. If we didn't get the strike, it could have easily come out in 2025. And
I thought it was coming out in 2025.
Yeah, but fortunately, with the the article we discussed like a couple weeks ago for the show, like it got too many rewrites.
No, are you sure? Are you sure it's not 2025? It's coming out.
No. Remember, we just got pushed all the dates. Recently.
No, I know, but 2026 is 3 full years from now, and they're in production of it right now. Like they're filming.
No,
so
I don't think they're here. Let me check. So
that doesn't make any sense. Mahershala Ali's already said that he's happy with where the story's at now. If they're not filming, they're about to start filming again.
Yeah, because the filming was delayed from June.
They're about to start filming again. So that means that literally, but based off of your usual timetable, the movie should be ready with post-production and ready to be dropped by 2025.
Wait. Yeah. Actually, sorry, folks. That's my fault. I was being dramatic. It's actually coming out in 2025.
What are you trying to piss me off? Trying to give me a heart attack or what? You already know how pissed off I already was about the Blade thing.
Yeah. So, but anyway, April Fools.
F you, Andreas. F you, brother. Why you gotta do that why you gotta do me like that?
Anyway, so it's coming out in 2025. No worry, folks. But
Jesus.
It's not going to be in Phase 5. It's going to be in Phase 6, which is interesting. So,
which means we'll just have to wait even longer, probably, for Ghost Rider and everything else.
Yeah. Let's go.
Bethesda. I played some Bethesda games before.
Dishonor, yeah.
Votre attention, le soleil est sur le point de se coucher. Tous les citoyens sont priés de se
Reminds
mettre
me of Daryl
en
Dixon.
intérieur jusqu'à l'aube.
Yes.
Attention, the sun is currently setting. All citizens are required to shelter indoors.
I love how it's
Turn that shit
right.
up.
I love how he has the crosses all over.
Yeah.
That just shows you that in the game, vampires are publicly known to be out there.
Bro. Yeah.
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Night's just getting started.
See, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I don't know about the song. Personally, that's not really my kind of... I don't like that song very much, to be honest with you. I don't like it. But either way, that's cool and everything and whatnot. But again, it connects in no way to like actual Blade and the MCU, what people actually care about. Like, I don't know. You tell me, Andreas. You probably would know more about the gaming stuff than I do. is Blade kind of is he really that popular as a character at this point? To where like widespread, like from a public standpoint, like the widespread audience people that buy video games, that they're going to be really all that excited. Like I've already seen reactions to this.
Yeah.
All the reactions we're talking about is the Blade film. They're not talking about the movie or the game. They're talking about the film.
Yeah.
All the reactions have already reacted to it just to talk about the Blade movie.
Well, it's just this. For me, I don't listen to those people. I think those people are just taking advantage.
No, they're saying it looks cool, right? Okay. They're happy to see Blade, right? But like they automatically then go because where else are you gonna go? To the Blade film. Like I can't wait for the Blade movie to come out. You know what I mean? Whatnot, right?
Okay, so like here's the thing, like this is purely business like direction. Like this is good. What's the word? Strategy for the character.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good for the brand.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of doing something like a video game.
It's to get the people's attention, to get the reactors to come out, the big name reactors and whatnot that I already saw, the ones that show up in those reaction mashup videos and whatnot, and everything, Titus and shit like that, whatnot, right? Like people like that, right, are already reacting to this. You know what I'm saying? Like like they want that. This is buzz.
Yeah,
for Blade.
Yeah, exactly. Because remember, like.
I remember what else I say to you. You know, all the big YouTubers too that cover Marvel, they had to make big videos about this too, and then talk for 20 minutes about the Blade film and revisit every aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like what we know about it, what's happened.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's the whole point of it, and you know, like the thing
to get it back in the news, get people to remember there is a Blade film coming.
Exactly.
You have one to look forward to.
Exactly, and
I didn't think about that until now. That's how big of it. That's the point of it.
Exactly, and so having a game is really cool. It shows that Marvel wants to expand this character in more things and probably
bring in new audience members that are from people that are in the gaming community that might be considered buying a subscription on Disney Plus, right, or whatever, whatnot, or go buy a movie ticket, whatnot, to see Blade off the game, right?
Or a comic book, a Blade, just like that.
And then that sucks them into the MCU, and all of a sudden, before you know it, if they get their shit together again, and get it to where people are to where their shit's locked in, where people are happy to go spend money, right, to go watch their shit because they're like, I know I'm going to get a good product when I spend this money. Like I'm excited, I'm happy to take my fucking money, right? Exactly. Like. You know what I'm saying? When they get it back to that, which I think they will do, I think you believe that too, right? They'll get it back to that level.
Yeah, exactly.
If not bigger. But either way, this is how I mean, this is almost like interconnectivity in a way.
Yeah.
Like we've had in the MCU in the past, where you have that interconnectivity.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, yes, this is. Cyber.
Oh, you know what? No one's ever brought us up as True Knowledge and Time Cop. That's actually great. I love that. Well, that's great. Thanks, Cyber. Appreciate you. Okay. Cyber, look at you, man. You came in for 1 minute and you're already having an impact.
Yeah, exactly. This is good. We're getting a lot of people in this comments, which is great. But yeah, exactly. So the whole point is just try to get Blade back in the spotlight after so many years after the Leslie Knight trilogy, which is great. Like the first two films of Blade, awesome. Third one, very bad. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, and he had this one short MTV show, back in the day. So ever since 2019 when we got that reveal of Blade movie, come on, got the 2-time Oscar winner Mahershala Ali, being the lead is awesome. So you need to expose this character. So I think using the game is great because come on, when I mean, this is different, but it helped Batman to be popular. But the Arkham games was in the midst of oh my god, you really had to do that. No, I'm not turn into 60 man. I'm talking. Hi.
Sir, Time Lord is allowed to be 60-minute man on the Bleeding Edge report because it's just me and him.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not here Ron Allen.
Why you being like that? A minute ago you were all happy that he was here. Now you're being a dick. Calling him by nobody calls him by his actual name.
Yeah, I don't know. I like his name, Ron Allen. It sounds like a character.
My middle name is Ron.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. Well, you know Cyber's my son. Remember? So like, I mean, so we changed things up. Like instead of doing things the normal way, I took my son's name because I am so young. You know what I mean? Since Cyber's older than me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so somehow he's my son anyway, right? I don't know how it's possible, right, Cyber? So it makes perfect sense. I would have the same name, middle name.
Jesus Christ, it's Cyber.
Right there you go, Cyber.
Ron, don't be ashamed.
Cyber, I should have told that guy, the manager of that hotel. I should have told him because they had my ID. I should have been like, "Yeah, man, that is my son. You saw that my middle name is the same as his, right?"
I think people will be disbelieved that you and Cyber are even connected.
The manager at the hotel kept fucking like inferring that like my friend that was coming over was my son at the hotel and all this shit and whatnot. I had to finally tell him, like, bro, I'm like, I told you already. He's my fucking co-host from the fucking YouTube channel podcast that we're on, right? Like, I've never met him before in my life in person until now. He's coming down for the first time. He's not my fucking son. Like, literally, like, he's older than me. So how is that even possible? I even said that to him. Like, how is that possible? Because I just say whatever, Andres, to anybody. So I'm, what I'm saying? Like, I did say that. I'm like, is that possible? Like, how could you have a child when you're not even like, he's older than you, and like you don't even exist.
So apparently, I'm adopted son. So you're apparently saying to me that, or I don't know if he's saying to me or to you.
Oh, Time Cop is now your adopted son, Cyber. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway, I mean,
Cyber, are you drinking?
I mean, I hope so. I think if he's drinking, then it's going to be a fun night today. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the Arkham games. Like, we have the Dark Knight trilogy, before Batman Arkham Asylum release, but that game really helped boost, the awareness of Batman's universe for a lot of people.
From a gaming standpoint, though, didn't Midnight Suns not do that well? Wasn't the game not that good?
No, I saw the I checked it. I don't think it did it didn't.
I didn't hear a lot of different opinions from different people. I just heard from a couple different people that it was not the best. It was not a great game overall.
So like I haven't played the game. I just saw the gameplay. Like if you've seen like gameplay background or those channels, I saw it. It's okay. It's very dramatic. Like it's just very like it's very like formulaic like game, and so it just wasn't special like PS4 Spider-Man or the Arkham games or maybe the Wolverine we're gonna get soon. So it was really okay kind of game. It wasn't special. So
if Blade don't come out until fucking November 2026, we ain't gonna get Wolverine until like, other than Hugh Jackman and Deadpool 3, we ain't gonna get Wolverine until like 2029.
Yeah, so actually, it's good that you brought that up. So I makes sense. No. I have a different family, and they're Latino, and they're from a future. So anyway,
I think Cyber missed us. Is what it is. I think he missed us. Cyber, do you miss us, brother?
No, he's no way missing us. Come on, he see us like
Cyber misses us sometimes. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
I miss you guys sometimes, so I'm sure that probably you miss us sometimes, and he misses you guys too. Or he misses us too. So I was assuming.
Or I'm assuming he's jealous.
Well, no, he probably misses you. It's with me. He's probably more like, oh god, what am I gonna? What the fuck is going to be going on with Jeff tonight? Is the show gonna be late tonight? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna remember that he's even moderating tonight? Like, am I gonna have to moderate the show because he's gonna forget that he's not moderating again? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna know what we're even covering tonight?
Yeah. No worries, Cyber. He's on top of today. He's been doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. We managed to get our first segment out of the way, so we can go ahead and get into WandaVision episode 7.
Yeah. Before we get into it, Leslie, you brought up the Midnight Sun. that's not gonna hurt like the potential movie.
I'm just
Like,
gonna say, is that any? I heard that the word of the street affected the sales of the game overall. So I'm just saying, is since Blade also was in that movie, that game, wasn't he?
yes, he was in it. But
Would that then affect his name? Because think about it, like again, now am I correct in saying that when it comes to gamers, most of your gamers are also going to be MCU fans, right?
yeah, sort of. I there's a difference.
Loosely at least, right? Like they're gonna know,
Loosely.
they'll know who Blade. They would know who Blade is, right?
Yeah,
Like
sort of. I mean, to be honest,
most people know who Blade is
yeah, everyone knows who Blade is from the Wesley Snipes.
because Wesley, yeah, because the man, the goat.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think it's gonna hurt that. I mean, come on, we had like we had the Injustice game and the Arkhamverse simultaneously, so that's not gonna hurt like the character really. So I don't think the Midnight Sun is gonna affect this game at all.
I'm telling you, if they would just add meth and crack to the equation, right? They could pump out this Blade film in 3 months. Right, like Lost in Translation. You know what I'm saying? Like they can shoot the whole thing. They can shoot the whole thing. Just they'll be up for weeks on crack and meth combined. Right? You know what I'm saying? And like just be up, awake for days and shit for weeks. They can bang the whole movie out in like 6 weeks. 2-hour movie.
I
Yeah.
It'll
It'll be a whole new kind of producing films, right? Just being like up for weeks to the point you don't even sleep. Like during the whole process, you just fucking, just shoot, bitch.
Yeah, I come on.
Hit this pipe.
I lost the words now. What Jeff said to me is just funny. I mean,
that way we could have Blade this year, bruh. That'd be dope. Instead of just one movie, we could have 2.
Yeah, true. Well, it's funny. Like if it was like a low budget horror film, yeah, we could easily.
They could pump it out. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, the fact that from that the article that you and I discussed, right, the Variety thing, that
Mahershala Ali's just now saying that he likes the story and whatnot, and everything. So so they're going to start producing the movie from scratch.
From scratch.
Yeah, and the budget's been cut to $100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a very. I mean, I'm sorry, but like. I don't know what wasn't the Blade film that came out in 1998 or whatever whatnot didn't have a budget close to $100 million.
No, it was like 45 million.
Oh, like 45, 50 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So you know what? Then at that point, then they should be fine. $100 million is a lot of money. They should be fine with the budget.
Yeah.
Again, if they just do like a Wesley Snipes version of a Blade film, like it should be right. A true Blade film, $100 million is plenty. You don't even need that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's for the other actors and actresses in the movie, or for the digital effects or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think people have to understand. Sometimes the budget is either the effects or the salary of the actors. That's always the thing.
I don't think they're really going to have anybody else that's really a big name at all in the movie except for Mahershala Ali, unless we see what's his name from Game of Thrones pop up.
Yeah, was it the Black Knight?
They kind of have to pay that off now that they did it in the Eternals. That's unfortunately for Feige. That's the whole deal. If you're gonna have a connected universe and whatnot, and you're gonna do shit like slip Mahershala in there in a film like the Eternals there in that post credit, you have to then you got to at least have a cameo of the Black Knight, the Dark Knight, or of the Black Knight. He's got. Doesn't he kind of have to pop up in Blade now?
Well, yeah. I mean, like that's
at that point, that discredits the entire.
It just makes that, it makes that post credit scene
worthless, like the movie, pointless.
Yeah,
like it has no impact on anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like you basically just teased us for thanks a lot, right?
Yeah, just for Blade, and it's like.
Not just for Blade, like him like with the Ebony Blade, Kit Harington's character. That means he's going to become the Black Knight. That's good. I like for comic book fans, people out there who know about the Black Knight. He's a good character.
I know that. I'm just saying for people look. Is it just
yes, it was Blade. Yes, for me too. That was the biggest highlight of the movie for me When I heard Mahershala Ali's voice, I didn't know it was him. I knew it was Blade, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. They have to pay off that like post credit thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe next summer when we get Comic-Con again, if we get more information of the
It shouldn't
Blade-
be that hard for them to do. Just to get him in for a quick cameo or whatever, whatnot. He doesn't even have to suit up or anything.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It has to be a cameo. Paying up. The post credit scene from Eternals, and then we're done.
I think that'd be good because I mean, honestly, if he's really going to be a character in the MCU, shouldn't he be in something here and there or whatnot just to keep him around?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you think about it, like Werewolf by Night could have been a good place for that. To like pay off.
I don't know. Blade's already a stretch for his character to like in terms of going into the like the MonsterVerse, right? Going into the werewolf where Werewolf by Night went, where they went with the Bloodstone family and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. That's a little bit far out from from a comic book standpoint. That's not like he usually the Black Knight doesn't go that far into that genre, like that part, that realm, right? Like he doesn't go that deep. But going with him, even putting him in with Blade is kind of like not a norm for him. Remember, he was just an Avenger in the comics. He was a West Coast Avenger. That's what I know him from.
I know Black Knight as a villain. I don't know if you know about that. Like
I think was it himself this version of Black Knight, or you mean his grandfather or his father or whatever?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to
because Ebony Blade's been passed on from generation to generation by the male.
It's not connected with the family. It's a different person who took over with the Emily Blade.
No, it is in the family. It's through his family. Yeah.
I need to double check.
He got it from his father. His father got the blade from his grandfather. They were all the Black Knight.
All right, let me check this out because I think it's either the father or the grandfather. Let me answer that because I don't know because he's usually in the Iron Man books, which is weird. He always team ups with
the grandfather. It's a grandfather.
Yeah. Okay.
You look it up, but I'm telling you, it's the grandfather you're thinking of.
Yeah. I think
no.
Right.
Some of the Black Knights in the past have not always been heroes.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't they actually throw was the Black Knight at all? I can look it up myself. But they've done like 4 different versions of the Midnight Suns now since the original one. Did they actually stick him in any of them? Was he at least in any of them? I don't think he was.
I don't think so.
He's not that kind of character. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't really fit into that like Dracula, zombies. You know what I'm saying? Like the mystical realm. Like it's not like horror. Like it's not his thing.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Right. I think for me, he's more like what is it? Like he feels more like an old time like legacy hero. Like
I remember when we did the review of the Eternals. I remember saying to the panel, like, why the fuck did they even have Blade in this movie? Like, seriously, was this just to like prop up a bad movie? Because this makes no sense. There's no connection between Blade and like the Black Knight.
Yeah, it's very weird. I mean, you think he would be more like connected if they went with this route, like connected to Namor or like the Invaders,
or at least if he was in with the Midnight Suns or something at one point, that would mean that would like give you something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But he never has been.
Yeah, exactly. So let me answer. So yes, he was in the Iron Man Armored Avengers when I was growing up. He is the Nathan Garrett incarnation, which I think that's the grandfather. That's you say, Jeff.
It is, yes.
Yeah. So
because the current one is Dane Whitman.
Yeah, that's the one portrayed by Keith Harington from the Eternals of the MCU. Let me check Midnight Suns because I no he wasn't in the game.
Following his introduction, Dane Whitman Black Knight became a recurring character in the Avengers before doing some solo appearances in Marvel Superheroes number 17, which I never back in 1968. Holy shit. Let's see. So and then basically let's see. The characters, I didn't realize the character was this old.
Yeah.
But then again, his family goes back all the way to like the Excalibur days and like Merlin and all that shit.
Yeah, like you think he's more well, like if you have Merlin as the superhero, like that makes sense. But
we might get Merlin at some point in the MCU.
Yeah, that's true. I know Merlin's the character in the Marvel universe. I think. Oh, speaking of the lineup, I got the.
We would bring him with. He'd come with Black Knight. You'd see him in the Black. If they do whatever they do with the Black Knight, if they did any kind of solo stuff, that's when you'd see him with Black Knight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. The game for Midnight Suns, it was positively received by the critics, but it was a commercial flop. So it didn't do well, which is kind of, I mean, sad. But yeah. Okay, so like the members for the Midnight Suns, like Doctor Strange was in it. Iron Fist was in it. Man Thing.
What about the original? What can you do from team to team? Who was? I'll pull it up. No, go ahead, read your list, and I'll pull it up by team by team.
Okay, yeah, like what was that? Moon Knight. Moon Knight was there. Morbius, Scarlet Spire, Scarlet Witch, Werewolf by Night. Wand was in it. The leaders were usually Blade, Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch. Those two were Ghost Riders, and Morbius, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
Morbius, I think, was on more than one of the teams.
Yeah, I think he's in the newer one, right?
He was on the original team too. The original team, right? And this is back when I used to actually follow Ghost Rider comics. This is again early '90s, right? Danny Ketch is my Ghost Rider.
Yes,
he is.
Yeah. So the Richard Knights appear in the '90s. Yeah, Morbius was in the team.
Yeah, Doctor Strange assembled the team, right, to fight Lilith, right, because Lilith was going to use the Darkhold to take over like our plane of Earth.
Yeah,
with her children, the Lilith. Remember, she was going to break through.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
And so he put together the team, right, with Blaze and Ghost Rider leading it.
Yeah, Blaze. Of course, that was Danny.
And this is Johnny Blaze, not as Ghost Rider, but this is Johnny Blaze when he was just Ghost Rider's partner when they were Spirits of Vengeance. Remember that?
Yeah,
when they had that team up.
Yeah, if people doesn't know, Johnny at the time wasn't Ghost Rider anymore, so he became more of a mentor for this new Ghost Rider. So that's what Jeff is saying.
And then you had Blade, Morbius, on the original team, and then you also had
Hannibal King,
and the rest of the vampire hunters. What are they called?
It was Night Stalkers.
The Night Stalkers, yes. So Frank Drake, Frank Drake, Hannibal King, and then there's one other guy. I can't remember their name. Frank Drake is one of the vampire killers.
Yeah.
And that's the original team right there.
Yeah, and then previous members. Last one I want to bring up was the Elsa. Elsa Bloodstone was also part of the team.
One of the teams, yes, she was
one of the teams. So, like, yeah, I mean, as Jeff, you and Cyber brought up before, yeah, they definitely have so far a majority of the members of the Midnight Suns they can perform.
And we didn't see Elsa Bloodstone in Werewolf by Night, right? We did not see her in that.
Yeah, we did. She was.
That was Elsa in it. She was that female character. That really good character.
Yes, I seen the Werewolf by Night.
You know, at one point they were planning on inserting her in the Blade film. I don't know if they're still going to do that or not, but she was going to be a part of the Blade film.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, when was
now that would make sense because Blade has associations with the Bloodstone with her. He was on this, I think, on the same Midnight Suns team. He's worked with her before in the past, right? She hunts vampires and monsters just like him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we can still do that in the Blade movie. He can like drop off that.
Oh, I loved her, bro. Are you kidding me? She was great in Werewolf by Night. Like, I gotta watch that again, man. I only watched it that one time for the review, and I haven't watched it since.
Oh yeah, I saw like last year when it came out in October.
Oh, we loved it, dude. It kicked our asses, man. All we'd seen was bad MCU films right in a row, our reviews and whatnot, and like bad Disney Plus shows. So Werewolf by Night came around, and it was like this like shining light from God. It was like, holy fuck, like what is this shit?
I know. Oh my god, yeah, it was like right after She-Hulk was done,
and we were like shocked. We were like, "Are you kidding me? Like, how could you actually make She-Hulk and then make this.
That's Marvel. They did it.
But it's not good, man. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense.
Hey, they did it. That's the thing that I liked about.
I don't know how they didn't see it like we did. That like how off tempo that all was. It made no sense, right?
Well,
like you have something that bad, then like you go with that after.
I don't know. It just shows how Kevin Feige is like spread thin.
It just shows, yes, it just shows you that he definitely he put too much faith in his team. And he definitely subbed out some of the work that he was doing himself before when it was just movies. Before they had the TV. I think it's a TV series that really stretched him out. And I think that really that's when he like took his foot off the brakes a little bit. And you can blame Disney pressuring him for that too.
Yeah, I mean, Boschek is the main reason that we're in this trouble.
But Feige deserves like to be ridiculed. He does because Feige's the head guy, and like the MCU product has dropped down. Yeah. It has.
Well, also Feige, but also we also have to blame the Marvel Parliament. If people haven't read yet the Marvel, the Ring of Marvel Studios, and
I haven't. No, did you read it?
No, I did. Screen Crush has been bringing that up. With the the troubles of
what are they doing? Like bringing in some pieces of it, like article by article.
Yeah, and they bring
that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, and and the authors, they actually brought up the authors in the one video about what's going on with the Kane stuff and all that. Anyway, if you haven't seen those videos, I highly recommend to see that because he brings up there's a new community that has recently called the Marvel Parliament, and they're the ones that cause these. Like they're similar to the Marvel community that were there for the first two phases. So
you mean in the fandom?
No. Like the Marvel community were a bunch of comic book writers that they oversee.
I see that they used on multiple projects and whatnot, everything, right? Like the ones that kind of the ones that ended up writing all the good Captain America films and writing Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah,
and then they switched over and started bringing in the ones that actually cared more about the messaging, right, and all that. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, differently, the Marvel community wasn't that. It was just a bunch of comic writers. They were they came in to look over the screenplay of the writers that they bring in, and
I'm like a showrunner almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for the writers' room.
Exactly. It was basically a writer's room.
What Chloe Zhao did for She-Hulk.
I don't know about that. I think
that's her role. Yeah, she was the head of the writers' room.
What was it? Kate? You say Kate Cho?
Chloe Zhao.
Chloe.
Not Chloe Zhao. I'm sorry.
Kate.
No, not Kate. Kate's the one that directed the Black Widow film.
Yeah. Kate. I'm not talking about Kate Stormley. Her name is named Kate. It's a K-A-T. Chow. Kate Chow, I think is her name. She did the Obi-Wan series. I don't know.
I made fun of her all the time. I must have made fun of her in a while.
Yeah. See, Chloe Zhao.
Jessica Gao. Jessica Gao was the head writer, and she was the head of the writers' room for She-Hulk.
Okay.
And she's one of the ones that had if you go back and look, when I went back and did my research, I found out about some of her old tweets and shit she's put up and whatnot on X. And it's I hate all white men. All white men should not be allowed to vote.
Oh my God.
Yes, I swear to God, bro. That's her. Those are her posts on Twitter.
Yeah. So anyway, that's great to know. So that's horrible. Anyway, so the Marvel Parliament are just a bunch of executives, are coming in and they're changing major things about the films and television. So a good example of this, they're the ones that changed the third act on Black Widow, which is the weakest part of the film. The flying, that's horrible.
The only part of the third film that was good was when Dreykov put his hands on Black Widow and shit and whatnot, and then she smashed her fucking head into the fucking table.
Yeah, that was a good surprise. That was it.
Other than that was it.
Yeah, that was it. It was just CGI, just minus. Anyway.
Yeah, the first two acts though, where you actually got introduced to the family and whatnot and everything, and her and you got her the yelling it together and whatnot. That part was good.
Yeah, exactly. Great but they're the ones that did that, like, CGI, like falling in the sky thing. It was awful. They're the ones that did the 4-month reshoot on Secret Invasion because of they didn't like what they saw, and the whole Russian situation that's been going on. If you pay attention to that, the Ukraine thing, and they're the ones that they messed up the Marvels. Despite me, Jeff, and Cyber like it, the Marvels was re-edited and it just.
Oh yeah, look. I mean, I flat out said to somebody in the chat the other day, whatnot, everything that said that they didn't understand some of the like why the Marvels is doing so bad in the box office. I'm like, look, it ain't complicated. They changed the release date 5 times for the film. Supposedly they cut out an hour and a half of the movie, right? Yet they also still had to do reshoots, extensive reshoots on top of that. I'm like, anybody with any common sense, sir, I'm sorry, would know that, like, at that point, the product of what you're going to get in a film is probably not fucking good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that it even ended up being good at all is like a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, a fun, good film that's like it's missing some parts, I would say. But also, if you're living,
I think they did. I think Marvel Studios did a good job rescuing what they managed to get out of that, even though nobody cares, right, about it because it failed so badly. The box office is dead already. Like, basically, it's dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely dead. I mean, it's the lowest MCU film.
I was going to ask you to talk about that, but we weren't going to have time tonight. That was going to be one of our segments. Was talking about the Marvel's box office.
Oh, we discussed that last week, so it's good.
No, let's do WandaVision episode 7.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's
knock it out in a half hour and get out of here.
Yeah, let's do this.
You start. You go ahead and start. You start it off. How do we start? How do we start episode 7?
All right. So, okay, let me gear up.
Give me the Cliff Notes version.
All right. So after the events of episode 6, the spectacular Halloween episode, right? We come back right away to seeing Wanda in the bed. She's pretty much tired what happened, and the kids like just barge in for no good reason because the remotes apparently their games are changing like simultaneously into different decades of games, which is funny. And so
it's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So and then Wanda wakes up and she's still in her Scarlet Witch, fortune teller suit, which is very nice. Then we go into the like office, parks recreation kind of theme show clip, and it's awesome. And then we get back to Vision. Vision is like meets up with Darcy, gets her memories back. She gets every information.
He's happened. On his own now. He's decided to like take off.
Exactly. So he's on his own now. Separated.
It's so awesome that they paired him with Darcy. I love that. I remember when we reviewed this, when we covered this episode. I don't know. I can't figure out where they are, where our reviews are. I can't find them, bro.
Yeah, you told me that.
I can't find them. I don't know where the hell they are, but we did them all. Either way, I remember loving. I loved them paired in that episode.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, great pairing. I mean, again, Darcy is great in this show. I think that she was much better here than.
She's funny. She's funny.
She's very funny. Really like her, and while is this happening, you got Monica and Jimmy outside of the hex, and they're trying to get into the hex, and this is where Monica's powers get like fully developed. What we see here, she gets through and she's able to meet Wanda and all that, and, yada yada yada. Wayward.
Well, she has to push through. We remember there's the vehicle scene that was cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, people know. Like, hello, BTW7. I'm very happy you're here. Another commenter just came in right now.
What's up, Diggs?
Diggs, yeah. What else? Yada yada yada. Wayward is like repairing to like attack Wanda and the hex thing. But that was really it. And then, but while this happened, we see more like Africa acting strange, and like Africa is like.
Oh, I thought you said Africa. I was like, when the fuck did Africa become a part of the series? I was like, when did we go to Africa?
No, yeah. Oh my god, I Harkness. Let me say this. Like,
I was about to say I didn't know Wakanda was a part of the series.
Wakanda. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have Black Panther in the show. But anyway. So yeah, Harkness is in the is acting strange. She's like around Wanda or her, her friend neighborhood, right? And like it's very suspicious. And then towards the end of the episode,
Harkness agrees to watch the kids because Wanda's so out of it.
yeah, exactly. She's like, because like this is the episode where we get the depression, like kind of Wanda, like she's that's again another stages of the
she's
fight.
she's basically been like like not awake the whole not like say not sleeping at night or whatever whatnot, but she's basically just been like literally like suffering and like pushing and just kind of like created the hex and whatnot, everything and all that weeks through Endgame just happened.
Exactly.
Like a month ago or whatever whatnot, right? So like it's finally taking a toll on her.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think creating the hex probably takes a lot out of her and maintaining it.
Exactly. And I think we see that like in a very cool visual way, because you're seeing that she's unable to like retain the house, like structurally,
tangibly, yes.
Tangibly, right? And like you see that like getting changed into the the decades of what we saw in the show, the 50s.
You can see when she loses control of her powers.
Exactly. Like the milk. Like she was unable to control the milk, and like it was like changing to different milks.
It's because she's overextending herself. When she was joking and said, "Vision," you don't honestly think I'm actually getting all these people to their dentist appointments, all this shit. She is doing all that. She is doing all of it.
Yeah, that's true.
They're only operating based off her. She's literally running the entire hex.
Yeah, exactly. Like basically a script, basically for a show, right? And so
well, yeah, by hexing them up, by putting them into the hex, whatnot, in that hex, like mind space, whatever, whatnot, that makes them into like doing whatever, like a drone.
Exactly. Drone.
But that takes energy from her. That takes power.
Yeah, exactly. So like she's sort of like, as you said, for like actually just like Kevin Feige is stretching herself thin. Actually, that's kind of funny.
And she still doesn't know completely. Like she still doesn't completely understand like what's even really going on. She doesn't even really fully I don't think grasp that she made all this happen.
No,
she doesn't want to believe it.
No, that's why I like the next episode, because it actually explains like how she's doing it, and like we get to reveal her magic and all that.
No, because that's why she has such like anger towards like Hayward and all that whatnot, because she feels like she's doing nothing wrong.
Yeah,
in her mind, she's just in this safe place and whatnot, everything right that she deserves to be in and whatnot, right? And like, there's no problems.
Yeah, exactly. So, which is I mean, like it's a good gray area for Scarlet Witch. Like, if she's a hero or villain, it's a very good debate. So, after she, this is what Wanda, when Wanda gets confronted with Monica again, she gets pulled by Harkness into her house, right?
Well, first they scrap a little bit and whatnot, and that's when Monica really fully engages her powers. We see her actually use them.
Yeah,
like in combat.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I say develop her powers more in this episode. So anyway, I mean, if you see the Marvels, like her powers is that. So anyway,
well, not quite. She's not shooting like energy bolts or anything like that and whatnot. All she does is like manage to land well and whatnot, like pull off
and then in the finale, like she can like phase through, like kind of like Vision, like the bullets went through her, like.
Yeah, that's when she first presents her phasing and whatnot and all that. Yes.
Yeah. And then the finale, like almost like Vision / Ghost. But yeah, so yeah, and then after the confrontation, like Wanda like snoops around in Harkness' house, right? And like she.
Well, no, that's not true. Harkness tells her that the boys are in the
basement, right?
The basement. So she goes down there to find her boys.
Right.
And she gave her that tea. I think she drugged her.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
She gave her the tea.
I don't think she drugged her in the tea. It just, she gave her probably tea and then just told her to like go down to the basement. That was
she did. So she's just looking for the boys down there. She's not stupid.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. She's not stupid. So like she goes down to the basement, and then it gets kind of changing a little bit. Like it goes to now this is like what do you call it? Like Lovecraft, like witchy kind of dorm like kind of like Wednesday, like the Shadow Society level of
What you'd expect from like the basement, like of a witch, basically, right? It converts
Yeah.
into almost like
Yeah.
like another place, like you know what I mean, like another state.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's when Harkness revealed herself to be Africa Harkness. That's what
Agatha. What is it? How does it go?
all
All
Africa
along, all along,
Oh
all
my
along.
god. Yes, after she introduced herself and she does the song, it's so fantastic.
Catherine Hahn is so outstanding.
I know she's gonna be great in the next episode, which I'm so excited.
I am too. You know what? Honestly, I made fun and joked about Agatha when they first were gonna make it, whatnot, everything. But I was just kidding. I think it would probably be really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's just the actress, Catherine Hannah, great actress. Love her. I mean, she's funny. She's so funny.
Did you see any of the behind the scenes stuff that they released or whatever, whatnot? Like
Yeah.
that teaser or whatever.
Really?
I know it's only brief shots, but she seems so cool when she's like behind the scenes, like being shot and whatnot, everything. When she's like, "I love you guys," and somebody's like, "We love you, Catherine." You know what I mean? Whatnot, all that shit. I love that energy.
Yeah, I don't know.
She just seems like she's very positive and like very like go and like let's fucking get it.
Yeah, that's what I love for her. That's what I like about Harkness. She has this energy that like some villains don't have, and
Like she has that energy, like that's very attractive for the woman. You know what I mean? Like as a man,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of exuberance and whatnot that like is very attractive. I mean, she's very attractive to begin with, but her personality and like her charm and charisma. When I've seen her interviews and whatnot, everything, she's very well spoken, but she's got a little bit of a silver tongue. You know what I mean? And she's and she likes to joke.
Yeah.
She's very gregarious with people.
Yeah.
And outgoing, whatnot, everything, and that's very attractive to men.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I like about Arlene Sarkin. It's the late great Arlene Sarkin had that kind of personality. If you watch her in the interview,
She's very approachable.
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
very approachable. She has a very approachable vibe to her. And the show she even does in WandaVision, she's a very approachable like vibe.
Yeah. So like that's the whole reason that this song totally works because of that, and just overall like giving us a villain, because for a while, I don't know how your panels were, discussing who was the main villain.
They were small back then. We had a small team. It was mostly just me and my and what were back then. Whenever I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell where all our episodes went. But either way, that we reviewed WandaVision, just the three of us. My co-host Perry, Cyber, and me. And they weren't even co-hosts then. They were just special guest co-hosts like you are.
That makes sense.
Or special guests. I didn't know what I was doing. I never had guests before. You know what I'm saying? Like other than just on my political shows and whatnot and everything, but we didn't have panels. We just talked shit back and forth. That's how political content is. You just yell at each other and and like everybody talks over each other and shit and whatnot. There's no moderation.
Yeah. It's basically what is going on with the election. So
yeah, basically it's just a bunch of talking shit.
Yeah.
But it's a quick episode. It's only the credits are like 7 minutes long. Like, you know what I mean? They're long. Like they're 5-7 minutes long. So like the episode itself is only 30 minutes.
Yeah. So just so like my opinion of this episode is okay. It's not like my favorite. It's a very filler kind of episode, really. I mean, it's like
but remember the timing though. For the timing of it, if in real time at that point, even though it was kind of a filler episode, it did do things and give us things that like we wanted, right? Like we were looking forward to in the series. Like we finally had Agatha.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that was the one that I was happy about towards the end.
But it was definitely filler. You're right.
Yeah,
because episode 8 is great.
Yeah, come on, like episode great. I don't want to talk too much about it. It's a great episode. I love it.
Remember, these are re-reviews. You can talk about it.
That's true. Like, because, like, I mean, it's true.
You're so used to reviewing stuff and not being afraid to leak stuff and whatnot. Everything. Anyone who's watching this has already watched WandaVision now. And imagine why else would you watch this shit?
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, but the thing about it, I don't want to be like the downer of this episode, no,
it's a filler episode. That's why it's so quick. Like nothing. I mean, that's why I let you just jump in and whatnot and do your thing because there's not much to talk about really. Nothing happens.
Yeah, that's the strange thing. Let's get
The only thing you didn't talk about that was really cool and whatnot was the time that Vision spends with Darcy. That was awesome.
let's talk about that. I really like that scene.
They're great together.
Yeah, they're really great together. And I mean, actually, we never discussed this, but I brought it up.
I think that's the best part of the episode is them together in the truck and whatnot and everything, and at the circus and whatnot and all that shit. She thinks he's trying to hit on her, and then finally she's like, "I'll go out with you," but but I'm having the steak or whatever, or I'm having the lobster or whatever, whatnot. She's funny as shit.
Yeah, and then what was it? What they should say that tricked her so he can open her memories again. But was that clown or something like that?
It uses his powers, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a funny line he did. It was like, "Oh look, there's a bear" or something like that. It always cracks me up. But
yes, yeah, I remember. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, great scene. I mean, it's just Vision learning that he died, and learning that Wanda saw him die twice.
He already kind of knew something was wrong, so he's not really. And plus, he's based off a synthesized person, so he has emotions, but this is just all logical to him. This he's happy to have the blanks filled in, right? If anything, it reestablishes his love for Wanda,
exactly.
Right?
Which
because now he understands. Now he understands why she's hurting people.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we don't know how. Because before we go into the finale, he cannot leave the house because he's just a construct of Wanda's memories of him. So and same thing with the kids, which we get revealed in episode 9.
We don't know that for sure. They were conceived in some way. You know what I'm saying? Again, Vision was built.
Yeah,
right.
Built,
Remember Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I know that.
So he was established by something.
Yeah.
Well, the kids were established by something too. She didn't become pregnant on her own.
Yeah. Well, we see. I know Multiverse Amanda is reveal the multiverse,
and we know Vision's penis was behind my laptop at that time. So,
oh god, I was hoping that was not come back. But anyway,
I had to, but no.
Oh my god,
I had to, but no. Honestly, it's really beautiful when Darcy says, "I've been watching your show." Right?
Yes.
It's obvious that your love, the love that you and Wanda have together is real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That.
That really hits Vision.
Yeah.
And I really like how what's his name? Paul
Bettany.
Paul Bettany play how he evokes the evolution of this version of Vision. This conjured up version of Vision, right? That exists in this series. He evolves, right? Even though he's not even real, right? It's really cool. He evolves.
Yeah, I think that's what I liked about it. It's similar to Loki,
he has free will. You know what I mean? He has this crazy, it is similar.
Yeah.
So just different.
Yeah, it's different.
Very different.
Yeah, because for Loki in the TV series of Loki,
different character arcs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, different character arcs. We're dealing with a variant of Loki where this is different. I mean, we're not with the same Vision. This is a new version of Vision from memories.
And there's no relationship or love interest or whatever that Loki's dealing with and whatnot. Right? It's not like that. All his strife and everything and whatnot is internal.
Yeah,
and that's to do with Thor, his brother, not a chick.
Yeah, exactly. So no. I 100%. That was something I never realized until this reviewing. I was like, oh my god, Vision's arc is similar to Loki in the Disney Plus show. But
I told you a long time ago when we first started doing these shows that stuff like that happens on these shows. Whatnot when you flush this stuff out, just like with me, how things just pop in my head, they just occur to you.
Yeah, exactly. Which is great, and plus I love Paul Bettany. He's a great actor. And
did it ever occur to you that he evolved, how much he evolved that character across the series until now? That he really did evolve a character that, again, wasn't even real?
Yeah. I saw particularly in the movies. I think in the movies you see an evolution of Vision, and then here it was picking up in a different direction.
I think that what he is able to be and how he's able to evolve and whatnot, if anything, just shows how much Wanda loved him.
Yeah, I really love that, and
it's an expression of her love and dedication to him, and what she
Yeah.
meant to him. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot, right? Like in all that time that we never got to see, because like it wasn't in films, it wasn't in movies, right? We never got to see their relationship really, just in little bits in Infinity War and whatnot, right? Age of Ultron.
Yeah, and Age of Ultron, yeah.
Or not Age of Ultron,
Civil War.
Civil War, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
little bits and pieces, right? So like we never even seen them as a couple
No, and that's why
until Infinity War.
Yeah, like Infinity War, it was like they were a couple there, and then this show, I love that we see more of that as a couple. And
Yeah, in Infinity War, don't they say that they've been over there in Germany for 2 years or something like that?
yeah, because Vision, every time he, like turns off the tracker.
Or it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. It's been in Germany because he's still doing Avengers shit. He still is.
Yeah,
but he still is. He's still active. Yeah. But like at the same time, it's been 2 years. Yeah, I think right. They say that they've been together for actually as a couple.
Yeah, they've been 2 years because Vision always sneaks out to see Wanda. That's the thing. In Infinity War, if you listen to the dialogue, he always sneaks out of the Avengers compound to see Wanda, like occasionally, and that's how they stay in touch for the last 2 years.
Well, I'm sure they probably just lived together, straight up, probably wherever they were during the 2 years when they weren't in Germany, right? Wherever other places they were.
He left because he decided to not go back to the Avengers compound. So that's
I know that, but before that, they'd been together too. Is what I'm saying. Well, not in Germany, in the U.S., other places. Yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm sure they were cohabitating everywhere they were going.
Well, when they were able to meet, you just have to remember.
When they were in person, I'm saying I'm sure they were sleeping in the same bed. You know what I mean? They were a couple.
Yeah,
right.
It was.
That's all I'm saying is that whenever they were together, wherever they went, whether it was upstate New York at the Avengers headquarters, right? Because I'm sure they probably both lived there for a while before, too.
Well, she couldn't. I mean, remember, she was an outlaw.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot she was actually one of the Sokovia Accord fugitives.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying that Vision sneaked out to see her.
Because she was on the run the whole time.
Yes. I don't know.
I forgot about that because she wasn't with Cap.
Well, of course not, and that's why it was at the beginning of Infinity War. Tony knew that Steve knew where to find Wanda because they were probably staying in touch, right?
Of course, yeah, they were Avengers together.
Exactly, and
before Civil War, they spent a lot of time together as a team, as the new Avengers.
Yeah, well, and also remember in Civil War, she was in his side, where Tony had Panther and
and with her, as a newer Avenger, she specifically chose Cap's side for Cap.
Oh yeah, and
not necessarily because of the Sokovia Accords. You know what I'm saying? She was naive and kind of young.
Yeah, exactly. So that
was purely emotional. That was just I'm Team Cap. Cap needs me, I'm with Cap.
Well, and Tony was unfortunately Tony locked Wanda in the Avengers compound, so that was stupid of him. So anyway, so yeah, I love this relationship, and I think this show did such a good job of expanding upon them as a couple, and that's where I'm excited to talk about the next.
No, I'm great. I think what we should do is probably what I think we should do is we should do one more show when we finish the re-reviews before we start X-Men Animated, and I think we should do one more show, and we should do a season recap show.
I can
where we do what we just did. And you and I just discuss and flush out for an hour or whatever, whatnot, our overall thoughts after 2 watches of it now, 2 reviews of it, on kind of the stuff that we didn't notice, like you mentioned in the first watch, the first reviews that we noticed now, right?
Yeah.
Like what the show means to us now, right? Like what it means to the MCU. Get into the awards that it got, all the Emmys, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The budget, who made it. All that we'll do all that in that show. Since we really haven't done a lot of that, and we need to get into more of that in all of our reviews. We need to start doing a little bit more of I do.
Well, I don't know about the.
It's my job.
Yeah, I don't know about the recap because we didn't do that with Loki season 1. So I just.
Oh, we can change it up.
I don't know. I think it's better to finish it by episode 9. I think it'll be better. No.
So you know what? We'll do the finale review, right? And
Yeah.
then we'll have a segment where we just talk about the whole season.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be better to do that.
Yeah, we'll do a 2-segment show, but we'll do it in 2 segments about WandaVision.
Exactly. Okay, let me do my Easter eggs so we can wrap this
So we
up.
get out of here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so so hello everyone. This is Andreas, the Easter egg guy. Let me do that. Being this is the pop culture guy giving you all the Easter eggs of WandaVision as the last 6 episodes I've been doing of this review. I'm giving you all the Easter eggs that maybe you didn't know, did know, and such, and etc. etc. And yeah.
In 60-minute man style.
Exactly, 60 minutes. Anyway, so let's get into like sitcom influence. I brought up this earlier.
Oh, good one. Yeah, I want to know, Andres, which decade or whatever are we in on this one?
Okay, so for this decade, it was like mainly like 2000s,
early to mid 2000s.
Yeah, to
when reality TV became popular.
Yeah,
that's why some of the motifs are like reality TV, like the way they are.
No. Well, yes, but no. You're on point. So this is from 2000s to mid 2010s. Why I'm saying that is because there's
when you had the TV shows that were out, whatnot, where they would have like the little moments where like it would like the characters would talk to somebody, but they wouldn't talk back.
Exactly.
That's why she said you're not supposed to talk back.
Yeah, that was funny. I actually laughed out loud with that. That was so funny. And then Vision, like, was speaking.
Now I get it. See, I didn't understand either.
Yeah, exactly. That made me laugh so hard. I was like, "Oh yes, that's true." Yeah. From those, they're like from the shows like The Office, the UK news version, Modern Family, the Parks and Recreation. My favorite show, Parks and Recreation. That's where the Peacock profile I have of Ron Swanson. That's the show that I love.
I watched episodes of it and whatnot when I used to still mess with cable at my parents' house and whatnot, everything. I would leave a channel on. I forget which one. Comedy Central, and in the mornings they would play the episodes of Parks. Right, so in the mornings when I would wake up, I'd lay in bed and listen to the episodes.
Yeah, they still do that, which is
it was a good show. Yeah,
it's a good show. So that's where we get the characters really talking to the producers off screen in a confessional style interviews. That's how it is. And this is another fun one was when Vision's microphone is even visible in one instant, clipped to the chest, which was funny. And I love that scene when he's like, why am I doing here? I should be doing something. And he gets chair.
Why am I even talking to you?
Yeah, why am I even talking to you? And that was so great. I love that clip every time. I just love it. And Paul Bettany is funny. He's just so good in the comedy. It's great. So that's like mainly the influence of that, especially the opening sitcom opening on WandaVision we get where like you see like the like the Office kind of theme song. That's basically where they come from. Yeah, and then the episode draws a lot from like the Modern Family, particularly the premise of Wanda's like family fits more closely to the Westwood than the Office environment. So like that's really cool. With the sitcoms influence here. So now Wanda. So when Monica pleads with Wanda, don't make or has a when she say don't make Wayward make you the villain, right? There's some legit commentary here because it's basically true because Wanda is the villain of her story, particularly in the West Coast Avengers in the 80s. She was bad when Monica was Captain Marvel back in the 80s. Just a reminder that Carol wasn't Captain Marvel during that time. She was just
that's right. Yeah,
Miss Marvel. So that was a little cool meta commentary on that. So that was really neat. Speaking of the snap, the Avengers Endgame that we're going to discuss, the sugar snaps, which a very cool nod to the blip, which was funny. That's the cereal that like Wanda pick something eats. That's called sugar snaps, which is a very fun nod. Better than the what was it, the cone affinity in Thor: Love and Thunder. This is much better than that. So so this shows how WandaVision is way more creative than Thor: Love and Thunder, and their jokes. Anyway, no offense, Love and Thunder. It's just,
I didn't find any of the humor in Thor: Love and Thunder funny. The only thing I found funny was the movie, how bad it was.
yeah, that I agree. Okay, so this I just want to say write that up. Oh, the commercial Nixon. Now, this is something. It's good that I brought up the Jonathan Hickman run. If you don't know this, the Nexon is a special word term analogy about the was it the Clea saying the conversions. If you hear that, so Nixon is, the Nexons is something that's part of the multiverse storyline that's going on in the Jonathan Hickman one.
Incursions, yes, the incursions.
Yeah, incursions. Thank you. I knew I was saying it wrong. I just couldn't remember that. So it's pretty much the Nexon is all realities is a magical era in the Marvel universe, and it acts like a gateway to various other dimensions in the comics. Like example, like it locates the swamp in New Orleans that's guarded by the creature man thing. What you saw in Werewolf by Night. Let me see what you say. Finish up informant, sir. I want to go to the. You son of a bitch! You're not gonna go to the bar. Let me finish.
Not the Kava bar, not the bar. No, there's no alcohol at Kava. It's a tea bar. You drink tea. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. All right. All right. Let me wrap this up. All right. I'm almost done. Give me a minute.
Go ahead, sir.
And the reason it's you know the Nexon commercial with the depression pills, it's funny because when Wanda takes that the pill, it's funny because she's actually the Nexon being in the Avengers West Coast storyline during the John Hickman one. So it's funny that they did this here. So it's really cool and awesome. What else? That was kind of important here. Yeah, Billy and Tommy, they act like a lot of the kids in the Modern Family show, particularly their original love of video games, and then all of that. Like it was funny they were playing Nintendo, the Wii console. If you saw that briefly when the consoles were changing, that was kind of cool. The other changes was a GameCube controllers they had in 2001, which I didn't recognize. That was there. The Atari 260 joystick controllers you saw briefly, that was the ones you saw towards the end.
Yep, I remember playing Atari back in the day.
Yeah, and then next one, the Darkhold. So we saw briefly the Darkhold, which was already like this is where we get into continuity, complication. Yeah. The Darkhold was introduced before the show in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Runaways, but let's be honest, that's not connected. So this is the official Darkhold for the MCU. So,
it's loose cannon.
Yeah, as people say, loose cannon. Thank you, Jeff. So yeah, we got the introduce to that. Reed Richards, you're coming or what? I put this up because I know a lot of people were disappointed on the reveal that we didn't get Reed Richards in this episode. That's why I call filler. It's not my favorite episode. So, I mean, come on,
it's totally a filler episode. If not for the Vision and the Darcy scenes, it's not a good episode.
Yeah, it just
the whole thing with Monica pushing the fucking vehicle into the wall and whatnot, the hacks that pushing through it and shit, and seeing her memories and shit did nothing for me.
Yeah, it was just
it did something. It did something for me the first time I watched it. I was like, oh man, this is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But like now watching it, I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, well, it's just weird how she get her powers like that. It just when you get your powers, it should be more dramatic, or like all of a sudden you're hit by some energy and then you get your powers like that. It's like the way they did it here was just weird. It's like all of a sudden you had powers like.
That's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why people were knocking the Marvels before it came out, because it was like not only people not even know who like who
Monica.
Monica is, because they didn't watch WandaVision, a lot of people, right? But on top of that, they certainly don't, even if they read some comics, they certainly know who the fuck Photon is. They don't know she used to be Captain Marvel, right? And like they sure as fuck don't know what her powers are, right? But like in the movie, they gave her all these powers, right? Like that are even beyond what they like and different than they were in the comics, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they even made her more powerful, more OG. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like than like she was in the comics. Yet they didn't even explain how the fuck she even got him anyway.
Yeah.
Really well. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I wish in the Marvels they just confirmed she was a mutant. Like it just makes a lot of sense. That
They could have used the hex, the stone energy, whatever, whatnot, and all that. It makes sense. They just could have explained it better.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then they could have not OP'd her like that in the Marvels. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, holy fuck, man. They made a big jump from WandaVision to that in terms of her ability to use her powers, dude.
Yeah.
And like, why didn't she know how to fly already? Why did she have to learn how to fly when Nick Fury told her to?
I know. It's just
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you can fly, but you didn't learn how to fly till today?
Yeah, that's weird. I that's very inconsistent.
What fucking superhero does that?
Marvels. That's what I say.
I mean, seriously, they just fly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some characters don't know how they fly, so it was weird in that scene because you used your powers for over.
You don't have to know how to fly. How you can fly to fly. Well, it's not a prerequisite.
No. Like, here's the problem. She knew how to control her powers now, but why she say that she didn't know how to control her flying abilities?
That's what I'm saying. It makes no fucking sense.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make
she makes no sense. Her character makes no sense. Like, she's like that all like wimpy, like she's afraid to try and shit, whatnot. It's like, chick, like in every other scene, you're like a boss chick. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're the boss chick and all this shit, whatnot, and all this shit. Now you're afraid to fly? Come on now.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the Easter eggs.
Just the inconsistencies, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that didn't help the movie at all.
No, it didn't help at all. I mean, that felt like a reshoot. I feel like the reshoot kind of, like, I think, like...
I don't think so. I don't think they ever went into that movie ever even thinking that that it was necessary at all for them to really even explain. I think that they figured WandaVision was enough, right? And, you know, and at that point they just let her loose.
Yeah, I guess so. But then it was weird because she was like the expedition character. She explained how.
Oh, but you mean in terms of like her evolution so quickly and with her powers? Like, it would have been better if it would have been more of a process. A learning process.
Yeah, a learning process. I think
it's like Falcon in Falcon Winter Soldier, where they didn't show us him suiting up. He just showed up as Captain America. It was like, what the fuck? Exactly. Why didn't we get the suit up scene?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that was the problem with the Marvels. Like, we should have saw like her slowly like controlling her powers and like
same thing with Miss Marvel. She really evolved. Remember her hand-to-hand combat like went through the roof. Compared to her series, like,
see, at least that
powers are powers. Hand-to-hand combat's another deal.
See, at least that the hand-to-hand combat, I can explain to you, Jeff, that because of the episode 4 or 5, she was with that
But she's a girl, and she's young, and she doesn't have super strength or anything. Like,
well, I don't understand her abilities. Like, she could form light energies and crystals. Like,
yeah.
I mean, she's a mutant. Like, actually, I don't want to.
In the comics, I think they gave her super strength, but she doesn't have it in this. I don't think right now. Is this Miss Marvel? She doesn't. I don't think she's able to make the big fists and shit, but she doesn't. But she doesn't actually have the super strength along with it.
No. Actually, you can if you're a mutant. This is something that's actually crucial. You
can have anything if you're a mutant. What I'm saying is, I don't think that they gave her super strength. Have we seen her pick up in the finale of Miss Marvel? Didn't she actually pick up a car or some shit?
Yeah, she did, and she did.
So she does have super strength then.
Yeah, that's the thing. At least that's the thing.
We don't know to what level, but like she has some super strength.
Yeah, and the Hannah Compact, she got trained by those like red band-aids thing.
The red band-aids.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
That's so funny. My one of Adam that's going to be coming on guesting with us in the Bleeding Edge soon and whatnot did reaction videos with me earlier tonight, and he called Band-Aid twice.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I'm like, yo, stop disrespecting my favorite band, bro.
Yeah. Oh god.
They're maids, not AIDS. They don't have AIDS.
Yeah, I think he's saying the band-aids. That's what I think he's saying. But anyway, Monica's uniform, her spacesuit that we see briefly, it's similar to the Proton suit. That's
the green color, yeah, the green base color.
Yeah, that she wore. It's very similar to that.
From what I understand from the comics, that is that's I thought other people have told me, and I believe that that's her best character in the comics. Is as Photon.
Okay, that's interesting. I definitely want to read more of her in the comics.
I've been told by people who still read the comics and whatnot in the past that that time period where she led the Avengers and whatnot, everything was not a good run of the Avengers.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, it makes kind of sense.
You know, comics have dropped off quite a bit, like their quality and whatnot. Even Marvel, the comics have dropped off. We've talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like every superhero title, like runs always are hit and miss, and I know that the Avengers.
But they've had problems with the writing too, though. They had a lot of woke. They had a lot of the problems with the woke writers for a while there before Feige took over. Right? They were really going. Remember when they were like making? They made Star-Lord bi or gay or whatever, whatnot. Everything. The one guy came up with the new Warriors team, but they were all transgender and like non-binary, like or whatever, all this shit.
I know. I'm talking about the old combos, not that. Like I gotta be honest. That was really bad. So
wasn't the one superhero's name non-binary?
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? They had a character named Binary. Like you just like the New Warriors, like that. Thank goodness they didn't produce that New Warriors. It was awful.
Fishery straight so we can get out of here.
Yeah. So then there's a funny note here for me is that similar to this movie, I don't know if you know this movie, the Robert Zemeckis film Contact, the Joey Foster one where she goes.
Oh yeah, I watched Contact with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, and I forgot the amount of characters in that movie. That's funny.
It's an okay movie.
So Monica is kind of going through similar beats to that character. So that was very interesting, especially when she goes back to the Hanks. It's kind of similar to when Joey goes into like that wormhole. So I just want to bring that up for the most part. And then another one was the Gore, the Everbloom, when the plants in Wanda's house were changing. So this is kind of like a representative of the wedding present that Africa Harkness gave to Wanda and Vision in the comic books. So that was kind of interesting they did that. Then we get into Africa here, some of the Easter eggs. Like the Africa All Along tune is very similar to the Monsters theme, if you listen to it carefully. And towards the end of the song, when she confirmed that she killed Sparky too, which was funny. It's definitely a good take on the Wizard of Oz line from the Wicked Witch. I will get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. That was I didn't realize that was like reference to the Wizard of Oz. That was funny, very good. Then that song, which was great. What else? For Africa, the show, and it's the I think that's really it. That's the post-credit scene. We got our first post-credit scene for this Disney Plus. It's okay post-credit scene. We saw like Peter grabbing Monica. I thought that we had the post-credit scene of Vision, the White Vision reveal.
That's next episode.
Okay, thank you. I was like, when we get that post-screen, because I like that post-screen because White Vision looked great. I mean, he looked very creepy and scary.
Yeah, he did.
And okay, thank you, Jeff, because I was like, I thought it was this episode or maybe next episode?
No, this is the episode where we get the one where Ralph Boner grabs Monica, right?
Yeah.
You know, going into episode 8, right? You know what I'm saying and whatnot. And you know, once the Monica finds the you know, the seller and all that and whatnot. It's next episode that we go into the finale with the introduction of White Vision.
Okay, that makes sense. So thank you. And last note, in terms of the Africa character, the cat there, she in the comics she has a cat named Ebon, and the rabbit is named Senor Scratchy, and it's a nod to a reference to Africa's evil son Nicholas Scratch. So just let you know, the bunny is actually an evil bunny. So anyway, that's my Easter eggs. I hope everyone enjoys it. Tune us again for WandaVision review and / Easter eggs of Andreas Pop Culture Guy /
Next Monday, come back for episode 8, baby. And I'm sure we'll have some pop culture news to talk about, or maybe some MCU news, or maybe we should talk about some DCU, Andres. Maybe it's about time. Let's talk about Lex Luthor being cast.
Yes, I know.
Right? There you go. There we go, folks. That's what we're doing. Next week, all our segments are going to be DC. Other than our WandaVision review, just for Andres.
Yeah. What else? Aquaman 2 is coming soon.
That's right. I told you we should react to that trailer. I haven't seen it. The new one. Are they going to come out with a new one at some point soon?
I think they already did. Or you can watch the first trailer.
Next show we'll watch it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's DC orientated.
Yeah, we'll do that. That trailer was.
Maybe we'll do some kind of review, but on the Bleeding Edge report too. We'll do something like that.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, stay tuned with us. We're definitely going to do that. You know, the DC stuff.
The big thing is we got Endgame Part 1 on Wednesday, baby. I'm starting my preparation tonight. I'm fucking around, man.
Well, because you're going to moderate, right?
That's right. The first part. So I ain't fucking around, dude. I'm doing hella research and whatnot, and everything, and being very prepared for the review.
That's good. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's Endgame, man. It deserves it.
Yeah, Endgame. Oh god.
And I got to set Cyber up good too for his part. You know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure that I lay a good groundwork for him.
Yeah. You need after the show, you have to tell me where you're gonna stop in part 1. So because I want to follow.
I don't know yet. Until usually Cyber's the one that hits me up and lets me know. Usually we do it in flow. You know what I mean? When not right, like when one of us watches the movie or whatever. So let me look at the film tonight and see what the halfway point kind of is. That's what makes sense for the review. A good point to cut off with the last question to set Cyber up, and I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. Do that. Yeah, I'll text you after my dinner. I'll just hi, what's the halfway point? Awesome.
All right, folks. Back to the Future on Friday night.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. We love you. Peace.
Yo, crank that volume, turn it way up. Get your weapon, get your blade out. Damage, then you gon' pay up. Yo, crank that volume, turn it way up. Get your weapon, get your blade out. Damage, then you gon' pay up.